I didn't mean it. You know I'm stressed.
You know that kind of love that makes you ignore things you normally wouldn't tolerate? Yeah, that was Amara. Amara was a smart girl. Beautiful, hardworking, kind-hearted. But when it came to Toby, common sense would literally pack its bags and leave the room.
Now, every single person around her could see that something wasn't right about this guy. Her best friend Chioma, that girl had been sounding the alarm from day one. But Amara was in love. And when you are in love, sometimes red flags just start looking like decorations.
One Friday evening, Amara was sitting in a cafe with Chioma, scrolling through her phone. Then her phone buzzed. A text from Toby. "I'm outside, beautiful." Immediately, this girl started smiling. And Chioma noticed. Of course she noticed. She looked at Amara and said, "See your face." Amara acted innocent. "What?" And Chioma just shook her head. "You smile like NEPA just brought light." Honestly, she wasn't wrong. Amara laughed too. But then Chioma said something that would later come back to haunt her. "One day, this boy will show you pepper." Now, instead of taking the warning seriously, Amara defended him. "Toby loves me." That's what she believed. A few minutes later, Toby arrived. Black SUV, designer clothes, expensive perfume, perfect smile, the whole package. The kind of man that enters a place and immediately starts attracting attention. And Amara, her eyes practically sparkled. But while everyone else saw confidence, Chioma saw danger. As they drove off, Toby casually brought up the fact that Chioma didn't seem to like him. Amara laughed and explained that her friend was just protective. But Toby smiled and said, "Or maybe she's jealous." Now, if you ask me, that was the first red flag. A small one, easy to miss, but it was there. Because little by little, Toby was already planting seeds, trying to make Amara question the people who cared about her.
Later that evening, they went to an expensive restaurant. Everything looked perfect.
The food was amazing. The atmosphere was romantic. The music was soft. And for a moment, it felt like Chioma had been completely wrong about him. Then, Toby's phone lit up, and Amara accidentally saw the message. "Missing you already."
Now tell me, if you saw that on your boyfriend's phone, wouldn't you ask questions? Because I definitely would. Amara did too. Very calmly. She simply asked, "Who is that?" But instead of answering, Toby became defensive immediately. And somehow, the conversation ended with Amara apologizing.
After dinner, Toby offered to drive her home. The city lights were beautiful that night. The bridge was glowing. Everything looked peaceful. Then suddenly, Toby asked her to spend the night at his place. Amara politely said no. Nothing rude, nothing dramatic. She simply wanted to go home. And just like that, everything changed. The atmosphere inside the car became heavy. His face hardened. His voice became cold. The same man who had been smiling all evening suddenly looked like a stranger. He accused her of embarrassing him.
He reminded her of all the things he had supposedly done for her. And before she could even process what was happening, he stopped the car right there on the bridge at night. Amara looked confused. She thought maybe there was a problem with the vehicle. Then he looked at her and said, "Get out." At first, she laughed nervously because surely he was joking, right? Wrong. Guys, it was almost midnight, and this man was telling his girlfriend to get out of the car in the middle of a bridge, alone at night. Eventually, Amara stepped out, still shocked, still hoping he'd calm down, still believing he would come to his senses. But the moment the door closed, he drove away.